impressions which are there in a, more so in our subconscious mind than our active mind. Action that is harmful to the doer or to any other person would be a personality defect. You look at your own selves. I mean, there's nothing we are sharing here. You look at your own self and introspect. How much of the actions that we do in the day is harmful to the doer, whether intentionally or unintentionally? I'm not saying here, we are all basically good human beings. We wouldn't want to harm anybody. But at the same time, we don't realize a certain actions may be causing harm to somebody else. And that would be where you are harming your own self, or there is being harmed caused to somebody. It results in a defect within us. That is what we mean when we say it's a personality defect or a PD. On an average, 50% of our actions and reactions are proper, while remaining 50% are improper. So for example, if you were to look at any particular day in your life, half of the actions what you do would be more in terms of your routine activities. But the balance half, you got to monitor yourself well to understand whether you're moving in the right direction of having desirable actions, or it is actually creating a deeper impression on your personality defect. Or is it strengthening your personality defect instead of weakening it? Are you getting more angrier by the day? Are you getting more irritated by the day? And that's true when we see surrounding around us, the environment around us. Everybody yells at us, so our impulsive reaction is to yell back. A few of us will choose to remain quiet. Even if you remain quiet, what you're actually doing is, are you looking at the thoughts within yourself to understand that inside you, you may not be screaming back because you're polite, but are you feeling the same thoughts, what you would want to say? Because at times we don't spell out what we think here. But when somebody yells at us, there's abuse which goes in our mind. You may not say it. Why did he yell at me? What does he think of himself? No, who does he think or she is? It puts us on the same platform as someone who's actually spelling it out, because that's a defect within us. So we need to work on that reaction on which stops from creating a stronger impression of what we may already have. So that is why 50% of our thoughts or actions would be coming out of a PD which we may be having. Why is it that we need to work on a personality defect or a PD? It is very important to monitor yourself. And the first thing will come to your mind is, who has got the time or the inclination? Believe me, as you go by to practice this process, everything what you say will come from a conditioned way of thinking. And when you move out of a conditioned way of thinking, you will realize you can work on a PD, which is so strong within us. For example, one may be feeling jealous, and jealousy is one part which can eat. One may be suspicious, one may be anxious, one may be a tensed person, one may be a nervous person, one may be an overconfident person, and so on. And when you start understanding your own self, and that is something which you will know for yourself. You know yourself. You can show something what you are to an outside world, but you can't be dishonest to yourself. Because if you're going to be dishonest to yourself, you're only lying to yourself. And it will not help the process. If you're really interested in achieving to get over your feeling of a defect which one may have. If you're really an angry person, are you really wanting to reduce that anger? It will not go away. It will not go away overnight. But the fact is, are you willing to work towards it to reduce the defect which is there in us? And that is where it requires a lot of your own working, your own discipline, your own way of thinking. And as humans, we are not very easy to go for change, even though we realize that change is constant. But we don't accept change. It takes a lot of effort on our part to even shift this chair from this side to this side of what we are used to. And therefore, when we start working on the process, you will see what kind of impact it can have. The qualities are responsible for happiness and contentment. As how a human soul is, the soul wants more and more bliss and contentment. But because we are living in an environment which has got so much of rajatama or a lot of negativity, is that we are not able to relate to another soul within the human body sitting in front of us. To relate to an individual who has yelled at you and yet make him see the bliss in him as well? Very difficult. None of us can really do that, because we are living in an era where we are fueled by negativity. And therefore, when you start working on your defects, what you're doing is you're unfolding yourself. It's like an onion. You're removing one peel as you start working on yourself. And finally, at the end of it, what you will find, when you start peeling an onion layer by layer, there's nothing in the onion. And that's exactly how we are. Because we have covered ourselves so much with layers and layers of thinking, thoughts, intellect, and so on. Forget that the basic nature of any human soul, coming from any walk of life, is to have basic contentment. But the rat race is what drives us today, from morning to night. And so the qualities which are responsible of the human soul for happiness and contentment, the defects or the PDs take that over. We become slave to the anger. We become slave to the greed or the desires within us. PDs are responsible, therefore, for one's unhappiness. The more, as we say, the more you achieve in the material world, the more you want. If I have a big car, I want a bigger car. If I have 3 cars, I want 4 cars. If I have a 2 BHK, I want a 4 BHK. And so on. There's, the process of achieving, after it's achieved, you want more. And that's basically what every human wants. Very few human beings would be contented. So therefore, that becomes a defect, and we are actually becoming responsible for our own unhappiness. And therefore, we strive to look for happiness on different platforms. And we think happiness would mean getting something. When we acquire, it's happiness. But it's not. You're actually increasing your list of desires. Whereas it contradicts the very basic the basic nature of the human soul. And that is being in contentment and being bliss. So when you're not in alignment with the basic human need, obviously there is a conflict. And when you have a conflict within you, you can never be happy with yourself. And then what happens is you're letting your defect take over. So the importance of removing a PD is very, very highlighted in what one can achieve on a day-to-day life. The kind of bliss, even that few minutes of bliss, we will see the difference between discontentment and contentment. When you experience the taste of sugar, is you realize how sweet sugar can be. But for somebody who's never tasted sugar, he will not know what sweetness is. And that's exactly what we understand. When you go through the process of removing and shedding one layer of yourself, that the importance of your defect or personality, how it keeps changing, and it unfolds you in a very fascinating way. That we start understanding that, oh, this is how I was, and this is how I am. You won't even realize how you can change. PDs are one of the main obstacles in one's spiritual practice. The backing for this and the base of this is through spiritual practice, of what we keep emphasizing in all our lectures and discussions. Because without God, you cannot do this. The divine energy is what actually drives us to get to the path. And once we understand that yes, we do have a defect, you actually go to the root of it, or what we call the root cause analysis, commonly what we would refer to. And that is where we understand that the cause of what you see outside is not the real cause of what your unhappiness lies. So PDs are one of the main obstacles in one's spiritual practice. Typically being, the more you want, the more you run after things, the less time you have for God. If God has created us, in fact I was sharing that on the way, if God has created us, all the time we say we don't have time. If God has given us 24 hours, don't we even have some time to give back to Him? The minute you walk with Him, you will see the difference in your own thinking. The own rewards which will come your way. It's unbelievable. And that is when the effort is to work in the process. Of you make, the more PDs you have, or one has, or we have, more mistakes in individual, and therefore we need to look at spreading collective spiritual practice in your life. The more people we impact in each other's lives is where you grow. Because we realize that no human being is free of PDs. We all have various degrees of PDs in our life. But we don't have the time or the inclination to even identify with our own self. Because we are so much running from morning to night that we've forgotten to even go back to our own self. This is one of the mediums through which you are actually understanding your own self. the more mistakes one makes, you're actually moving away from God. And that's where you realize that